When thinking about today's discussion, the Afghan peace process, opportunities for the United Kingdom, and how the role of British demining can support these efforts, I was reminded of an unlikely friendship that I struck with the former foreign minister of the Taliban government, Mullah Mutawakkil. The first time I met him was in the warm summer of 2014. Standing nervously outside Mullah Mutawakkil's home in Kabul, I was really worried about how he would react to me, a young British Afghan woman, and so I pulled my scarf a little tighter around my head. I wondered if he would think it was strange that I was trying to seek a dialogue with him. In the grand scheme of things, I was trying to understand how we make peace with the Taliban on a personal level. What I found in that conversation with him on that day in 2014 was very human. Mullah Mutawakkil taught me that reconciliation was going to be very difficult, but it was possible. I found him to be thoughtful and kind, answering all my questions about why he left the Taliban, why he accepted the Afghan constitution, and what his hopes were for peace. What struck me most was the clarity in which he spoke, telling me very clearly that the Afghan government was wasting its time trying to find peace through Pakistan, a position that is very different to the one we find ourselves in today, with the international community rallying around the Afghan government to try and push peace through. In Doha, we are currently witness to men in turbans and men in suits, accompanied by only 3 Afghan women, trying to negotiate a direct peace deal with the Afghan government and the Taliban, for the first time since 2001. These peace talks are crucial if the Afghan people are to see a halt to the current indiscriminate violence being inflicted on them. It is reported that 90 Afghan soldiers are killed in one day's fighting. That's 90 Afghan families left without their husbands or brothers, 90 Afghan widows, 90 Afghan children left without a father or a brother. This loss of life is no different on the Taliban side. We sit here today, and yet Al-Ghandab district in Kandahar province is under attack by the Taliban, with people running for their lives. The urgency in which these peace talks operate cannot be pressed on us further. These peace talks were brought on about by the United States and the Taliban signing an agreement in February 2020, which excluded the Afghan government, but agreed to them releasing 5,000 Taliban prisoners and the US withdrawing all US troops in May 2021. The question for us now is the opportunities for the United Kingdom to support and achieve peace and reconciliation. The British Conservative government has pushed a global Britain agenda, one that speaks about a confident, open and outward-looking UK, which is sometimes in direct contrast to our current relationship with our European allies since Brexit. Ideally, the UK should be pushing for a long-lasting ceasefire as a first, using our relationship with Pakistan as the sponsors of the Taliban to our advantage and allowing the Afghan government and the Taliban the space to come to an agreement. The UK has, for most of its part, focused its efforts on investing in girls' education, the training of the Afghan National Security Forces, and as we see through the work of the Halo Trust, supporting efforts for demining by working with ex-combatants. Yet this all might be at risk. Only yesterday, we heard reports in the press that British ambassadors have been told to cut their aid spending by 50 to 70% within the next few weeks, an impact that may have dire consequences for our efforts, not only in Afghanistan, but across the globe. If we are to keep Britain global, we cannot be seen to be retreating from our international responsibilities. The Afghan people are looking to the United Kingdom to stand with them in the pursuit of peace and reconciliation, but they are not waiting for us. Every day we see Afghans continuing to live in the hope that there will be an end to the conflict. My hope lies in them, in the Afghan grandmother who lost her only 3 sons to the war, yet gets up every day to find a way to feed her grandchildren. The young Afghan woman who finds the courage to walk out of her home every morning fighting for her rights, knowing that she may be assassinated. And the Afghan man who works a hard day's manual labor to provide for his family, not knowing when a bomb will go off. If they can have the ability to get up each and every day in the hope that maybe one day all of this might stop and that they can live their lives in peace, then the people of the United Kingdom, our government, our institutions, our NGOs, can also listen to Afghans and push harder to achieve peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan.